Before we dive into today's video, I want to take a moment to invite you to subscribe to Stoic Wisdom. If you're passionate about personal growth, mindfulness, and the timeless teachings of Stoicism, this channel is for you. By subscribing, you'll join a community dedicated to exploring the principles that can transform your life and help you navigate challenges with resilience and grace. Don't miss out on our insightful content that empowers you to cultivate a more meaningful and purposeful life. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's embark on this journey of wisdom together. Have you ever felt like your life was spinning out of control, as if you were merely a passenger on a chaotic ride that never slows down? Perhaps you've experienced emotions crashing over you like relentless waves, leaving you gasping for breath. But what if I told you there's an ancient philosophy that has aided countless individuals, warriors, emperors, and everyday people in finding their balance amid the chaos? This philosophy, known as Stoicism, provides deep insights into mastering your emotions, facing challenges with grace, and reclaiming the power you might not even realize you've surrendered. Today, we're not just exploring abstract concepts or historical figures, we're delving into the core of Stoic teachings and their potential to transform your daily life. Some of you may wonder how ideas that are over 2,000 years old can still be relevant today. But if you're willing to challenge your current beliefs and are open to discovering something that could truly change your perspective, stay with me. I assure you that by the end of this video, you will recognize that Stoic wisdom is not merely a relic of the past, but a valuable toolkit for leading a more composed, resilient, and meaningful life. I want to hear from you. Leave a comment below if you're open to new ideas and seek wisdom from diverse perspectives. Share your experiences, whether you're already familiar with Stoicism or just beginning your exploration, and express your gratitude for the insights life has offered you so far. Let's create a community that values growth and philosophical understanding. In this video, we'll unpack 11 Stoic lessons that can help you take charge of your emotions. These are not just basic tips, they represent significant shifts in how you perceive the world and your role within it. I'll be challenging some of your beliefs and perhaps nudging you out of your comfort zone, so I encourage you to watch until the very end to grasp the full picture. You'll walk away with practical tools that can change how you navigate life's inevitable ups and downs. So, if you're ready to embark on this journey of self-discovery, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with anyone seeking more than the ordinary. Let's dive into Stoicism together. And you may just discover that what you've been searching for has been within your control all along. Lesson 1. Embrace challenges as opportunities. When you encounter a challenge, consider what's really happening. You're facing a situation that pushes you outside your comfort zone. It's as if life is saying, here's something difficult, something unfamiliar, how will you respond? This is where Stoicism provides a powerful tool, the ability to reframe obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius famously stated, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle creates a new path, a different way to approach challenges, and a chance for growth and learning. Let's illustrate this with an example. Imagine you've just lost your job, a situation many would perceive as a significant setback. It's completely normal to feel upset, anxious, or even frightened. However, by embracing this Stoic lesson, you could ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What opportunities does this present that I didn't have while working at my old job? Perhaps this is your chance to pursue a passion you've always sidelined, or to transition into a more fulfilling career. Maybe it simply provides you the time to reflect on what you truly want from life. This isn't about pretending that challenges aren't difficult or painful. It's about looking beyond the immediate struggle. It's about changing your perspective to view each challenge as a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. By doing so, not only do we cope with difficulties more effectively, but we also open ourselves to new possibilities. This mindset doesn't just help us endure tough times, it enables us to thrive, turning what could have been a roadblock into a pathway to something potentially amazing. So when life throws you a curveball, try to catch it and throw it back. Look for the opportunities hidden within the challenges. Ask yourself how this situation could actually be beneficial. This shift in thinking can lead to remarkable outcomes in your life. Remember, how we react to challenges can shape our future. Lesson 2. The power of reflective questions. What's so significant about asking yourself questions? Stoicism teaches us that it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but rather the perceptions we hold about them. This concept comes from Epictetus, a major advocate for self-examination through questioning. Reflective questioning helps us challenge and change these perceptions, giving us greater control over our reactions. Here's a practical example. Imagine you're stuck in traffic and feeling increasingly frustrated. If you ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? It suddenly provides perspective. This question helps you realize that while the situation is annoying now, it's ultimately a minor issue in the grand scheme of things. It's not about belittling your feelings, but about empowering yourself to focus on what truly matters. Another essential question in the Stoic toolkit is, what's within my control? This question is fundamental to Stoicism and helps clarify what you can actually change. And then there's the question of what you need to let go of. In our traffic scenario, you can't control the congestion, but you can control your reaction to it. You might decide to listen to a podcast, plan your day, or simply enjoy a moment of quiet. Reflective questions like these foster a form of active mindfulness. Instead of being swept away by your initial reactions, you take a moment to contemplate your thoughts and feelings more deeply. This practice isn't limited to negative situations either. When something positive occurs, asking yourself, what can I learn from this, can amplify the benefits of that experience. This habit of pausing to reflect isn't just about managing the present. It's about cultivating a more resilient and wise version of yourself for the future. Each time you engage in this kind of reflection, you train your mind to think more clearly and respond more wisely. It's about developing a mindset that naturally gravitates toward constructive thoughts and actions. So the next time you find yourself reacting impulsively, consider inserting a reflective question into the mix. It may very well alter the way you perceive and engage with the world. This is the true power of Stoic practice, transforming what appears to be simple introspection into profound personal growth. Lesson 3. Distinguishing between what we can and cannot control. The Stoics, with their remarkable wisdom, accurately captured the essence of the dichotomy of control. Epictetus famously stated that some things are within our control, while others are not. It seems straightforward, right? Yet, the implications are profound. By channeling our energy solely into what we can influence, we can greatly reduce our stress and enhance our effectiveness. Consider how often we worry about things outside our control, like the weather, traffic, or even the actions of others. No matter how much we wish otherwise, we cannot change these factors. Now imagine releasing that frustration and instead directing your focus toward what you can change, preparing for inclement weather, adjusting your departure time to avoid congestion, or managing your response to someone else's behavior. This principle not only aids us in dealing with annoyances, it also improves our relationships and professional interactions. Recognizing what lies beyond our control helps us sidestep unnecessary conflicts. For instance, while you can't dictate someone else's mood, you can choose how to respond, whether to escalate the situation or bring a sense of calm. Applying this lesson requires mindfulness about where your true control lies. It involves asking yourself, is this something I can genuinely change, or am I trying to push a boulder uphill? If it's the latter, it may be time to reevaluate your approach. By consistently practicing this Stoic lesson, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and resilience. Empowerment. It's akin to setting down a heavy burden you never truly needed to carry. This is the freedom Stoicism provides, a practical way to alleviate our suffering by aligning our efforts with what is genuinely within our control. So the next time you feel yourself getting agitated about something, take a moment to ask, is this within my control? If it isn't, consider how liberating it could be to let it go and focus on where you can actually make a difference. This isn't about giving up. It's about strategically allocating your energy and care, making the most impactful moves in the game of life, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism. Lesson 4. The importance of reflection before action. In our fast-paced world, there's a strong temptation to react instantly to every stimulus, replying immediately to emails, commenting on social media posts without hesitation. However, Stoicism offers a different approach that values the pause, encouraging us to take a moment to reflect before acting. This principle may seem straightforward, but it holds incredible power when applied. Think about it. How often have we said something in haste that we later regretted, or made a decision in the heat of the moment that turned out to be unwise? Stoicism teaches us that reflection is crucial to avoiding these traps. By stepping back, we create space to think clearly, evaluate the situation from multiple angles, and act not out of immediate emotion but from a reasoned perspective. This reflective pause is what Seneca emphasized. He advocated for a thoughtful approach to life, one where we take the time to assess our impulses and emotions, rather than letting them dictate our actions. By asking ourselves questions like, why do I feel the need to respond so quickly? Or, what could be the consequences of this action? We allow wisdom to enter our decision-making process. Incorporating this pause into our lives can begin with small steps. For instance, when you receive a provocative email, instead of reacting impulsively, take a breath. Give it an hour or even a day to reflect on your response. This practice allows you to respond more thoughtfully and, often, more effectively. The beauty of this Stoic practice is that it not only helps prevent regrets, but also fosters a deeper understanding of ourselves and our motivations. It fosters a habit of mindfulness that can permeate every aspect of our lives, from professional decisions to personal relationships and even our internal dialogues. By consistently engaging in this reflective pause, we not only enhance our decision-making but also cultivate a calmer, more intentional way of navigating the world. It's about choosing not to be at the mercy of our initial reactions, but rather being guided by thoughtful deliberation. Lesson 5. The practice of Stoic journaling. Journaling is often associated with teenagers jotting down secrets in their diaries, but in the realm of Stoicism, it serves as a powerful tool for personal growth and self-reflection. Stoic journaling goes beyond simply recounting events or venting emotions. It's a systematic practice aimed at developing wisdom and resilience. One of the most notable examples of this practice comes from the great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, who left us his Meditations, a collection of personal writings that explore the challenges and reflections of his life. Through journaling, Marcus Aurelius sought to clarify his thoughts, scrutinize his actions, and align himself more closely with Stoic principles. His writings weren't meant for publication. They were a means of self-improvement and philosophical contemplation. So, how does Stoic journaling work? It's quite straightforward, yet immensely powerful. You begin by recording your daily experiences, but with a focus on analyzing your responses and reactions. The goal is to observe yourself from a distance, evaluating how well your actions align with your values. For example, if you encounter a frustrating situation at work, rather than simply writing about your annoyance, you would explore why you reacted that way. What does this reaction reveal about your expectations or judgments? How might you respond differently in the future? This form of journaling fosters a remarkable degree of self-awareness, encouraging you to ask tough questions like, am I living according to my principles? Or what virtues did I practice today? By reflecting on these questions regularly, you begin to notice patterns in your behavior that you may wish to change. It's about identifying your strengths and weaknesses and charting a course for personal development. Another wonderful aspect of Stoic journaling is that it creates a private dialogue with yourself. There's no need to hold back or fear judgment from others. It's a space where you can be completely honest, which is essential for true self-reflection and growth. Incorporating journaling into your daily routine doesn't need to be time-consuming. Even dedicating just a few minutes each day can yield valuable insights. You might choose to write in the morning to set your intentions for the day, or in the evening to reflect on what happened and what you learned. Over time, this practice can lead to significant changes, not only in how you understand yourself, but also in how you interact with the world. If you've never tried journaling before or have been skeptical about its benefits, I encourage you to experiment with it. Approach it as a way to live more intentionally. You might discover that this Stoic practice unlocks deeper self-knowledge and wisdom. One page at a time. Lesson 6. Embracing non-attachment. One of the most transformative yet challenging lessons in Stoicism is the practice of non-attachment. When we hear non-attachment, some might interpret it as a lack of care for anything or anyone, but that's a misconception. Stoicism teaches us a more nuanced approach to our attachments, how to engage deeply with life without being overwhelmed by its inevitable ups and downs. The concept is simple, yet profound. You can experience emotions, enjoy relationships, and pursue passions while maintaining a degree of detachment. This doesn't imply that you don't care. Rather, it means you don't let these aspects of life control you. Think of it like watching a play in a theater. You can become fully immersed in the story and feel the characters' joys and sorrows, but in the back of your mind, you understand that it's all a performance. No matter how intense the scene, you remain seated and composed. This is the kind of detachment that Stoicism advocates. Why is this significant? Because life is filled with changes and uncertainties. If we tether our happiness solely to specific outcomes, such as the success of a project, the behavior of a friend, or the fluctuations in our finances, we set ourselves up for ongoing turmoil. Stoics like Epictetus emphasized focusing on our efforts while letting go of our attachment to the results. This mindset doesn't diminish our drive. Rather, it enhances our peace of mind by freeing us from being constantly swayed by external circumstances. Embracing non-attachment also involves accepting that we don't possess people, belongings, or even fleeting moments in our lives. Everything is transient. By acknowledging this truth, we can better appreciate our experiences without clinging to them. And relationships more deeply, free from the fear of loss that often overshadows our enjoyment. Imagine how liberating it is to love not out of need or dependency, but from a place of genuine, self-sufficient affection. Practicing non-attachment doesn't happen overnight. It requires mindfulness and regular reflection. It's about asking yourself, am I getting too caught up in this, or what am I clinging to unnecessarily? Sometimes it involves mentally preparing for the possibility that things may not go as planned and deciding that you'll be okay if they don't. Incorporating non-attachment into your life allows you to live more fully. You become like a skilled surfer riding the waves of life, some small, some thrillingly large, and some potentially overwhelming. Yet, with non-attachment, you can navigate them all with balance and grace, ready for whatever comes next, enjoying the ride without being knocked down when the waves crash. Lesson 7. Cultivating gratitude. One of the most uplifting lessons from Stoicism, and perhaps one of the most universally beneficial, is the practice of cultivating gratitude. In Stoicism, gratitude isn't merely about expressing thanks. It's about nurturing a deep and consistent appreciation for all aspects of life. The good, the challenging, and even the seemingly mundane. The Stoics believed that by focusing on what we have rather than what we lack or desire, we can maintain a balanced and content state of mind. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." This idea highlights the importance of valuing the here and now, recognizing the worth of each moment and everything around us. Consider how easy it is to overlook the simple pleasures of daily life, or take for granted the basic comforts many of us enjoy. When was the last time you felt genuinely thankful for a warm bed, a nourishing meal, or a peaceful moment alone? Stoicism teaches us to regularly acknowledge and appreciate these elements, not just during times of abundance or joy. Cultivating gratitude extends beyond valuing the material or immediate. It also involves recognizing life's challenges as opportunities for growth. When confronted with difficulties, instead of feeling victimized or resentful, we can ask ourselves, what can this teach me? Or, how can I grow from this experience? This shift in perspective can fundamentally transform our approach to life, turning obstacles into valuable lessons, and fostering a resilient, optimistic mindset. Practicing gratitude also enhances our relationships. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating the contributions of others, we create a positive environment that encourages kindness and reciprocity. This not only benefits us on a personal level, but can also ripple outward, positively affecting our broader interactions and the community around us. So how can you begin to integrate more gratitude into your life? It can be as simple as maintaining a gratitude journal, where you jot down a few things you're thankful for each day, or making it a habit to acknowledge a few positives before bed or first thing in the morning. Over time, these practices can become ingrained habits, fundamentally changing how you perceive and interact with the world around you. Lesson 8. The value of perseverance. One of the fundamental tenets of Stoicism is the value of perseverance, the incredible power to continue moving forward even when the path becomes steep and rocky. The Stoics viewed perseverance not just as a necessary trait for overcoming difficulties, but as an essential aspect of living a virtuous life. It's about showing up day after day, committed to your principles and personal growth, regardless of what challenges life presents. Imagine a river that continually flows, navigating around obstacles. It doesn't stop when it encounters a boulder. Instead, it finds a way around it, over it, or gradually wears it down. That's the essence of Stoic perseverance, persistently moving forward, adapting and overcoming while shaping the landscape of your life. Seneca beautifully captured this idea when he said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." This metaphor highlights the necessity of challenges in the self-improvement process and emphasizes that enduring these challenges is what refines our character, much like a rough stone being smoothed over time. However, perseverance isn't merely about grinding through life, it's about maintaining your resolve with a sense of purpose and optimism. It's about facing challenges with the understanding that they are opportunities to test and express your values in action. Whether it's advancing a difficult project, maintaining integrity in challenging situations, or continuing to pursue personal goals despite setbacks. Perseverance means aligning your actions with your deeper philosophical commitments. To integrate the value of perseverance into your life, start by setting and committing to small, manageable goals, gradually building your endurance. It's akin to training a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Each time you choose to keep moving forward, you reinforce a habit of resilience that will support you through greater challenges in the future. So, when you encounter a daunting challenge, remember the Stoic perspective on perseverance. Reflect on how this situation might serve as an opportunity to strengthen your character, refine your skills, and deepen your understanding of what you are truly capable of. Embrace the struggle not as an obstacle, but as a pathway to personal excellence and growth. In the Stoic sense, perseverance transforms what might initially appear as failures or setbacks into stepping stones toward a wiser, more fulfilled self. It's about cultivating a relentless spirit that draws strength from Stoic wisdom, allowing you to confront life's complexities with courage and composure. Lesson 9. Embracing change. Marcus Aurelius once remarked that time is like a river composed of events, constantly flowing and changing. He noted that as soon as one moment is observed, it slips away, replaced by another. His words serve as a reminder that everything around us is in constant flux, and attempting to cling to any moment is akin to trying to grasp water with our hands, futile and frustrating. However, embracing change doesn't mean passively accepting whatever comes our way. Instead, it involves recognizing the vital role change plays in our growth and development. It's about viewing change as an opportunity to apply our principles and adapt our strategies. When we accept that change is unavoidable, we can focus on what we can control, our responses and attitudes. Consider the last time a significant change disrupted your life, whether it was losing a job, moving to a new city, or experiencing a sudden shift in a relationship. Such moments can be deeply unsettling, but they also provide a unique chance to reflect on our values and goals. By asking ourselves how we can align with these changes or what new opportunities they might bring, we can transform potential losses into avenues for growth. Embracing change also means letting go of the past and the future to concentrate on the present. It's about acknowledging that while we can learn from yesterday, our power lies in how we respond today and plan for tomorrow. We live and act in the present, This perspective liberates us from the anxiety of what might happen or the nostalgia for what has been, enabling us to act with clarity and purpose in the now. To incorporate this Stoic lesson into your life, start by observing the changes you typically resist. Ask yourself why you resist these changes and what fears or expectations are driving that resistance. Challenge yourself to view these changes as opportunities for growth rather than as losses or disruptions. Practice flexibility and openness in small ways, and gradually you'll cultivate the resilience and adaptability that characterize Stoic wisdom. Lesson 10. The power of mindfulness. Mindfulness might seem like a contemporary buzzword, but it has deep roots in ancient Stoic philosophy. The Stoics recognized that being mindful, paying careful attention to our thoughts and actions in the present moment, is essential for living a life of wisdom and virtue. It's about being fully aware of the here and now, rather than being lost in the past or overly anxious about the future. So, what does mindfulness mean in the context of Stoicism? It's about self-awareness. It involves observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment and understanding how they influence our behavior. This is crucial because, in Stoicism, the belief is that our emotions follow our judgments. We are not disturbed by events themselves, but by our interpretations of those events. Being mindful allows us to recognize this distinction and choose our responses more wisely. For instance, if you find yourself in a heated discussion, it's easy to be swept away by strong emotions. Mindfulness helps you observe those emotions as they arise, giving you a moment to pause and consider your next words carefully. That moment of pause can be the difference between a regrettable outburst and a constructive response. Incorporating mindfulness into your daily life can start with simple practices. You might begin by focusing on your breath for a few minutes each day, feeling the air enter and leave your body, anchoring yourself in the present. During routine activities like washing dishes or walking to work, you could fully engage with the sensory details of what you're doing, instead of letting your mind drift to past worries or future tasks. This practice of mindfulness not only enhances emotional resilience, but also sharpens your ability to concentrate and engage deeply with life. The Stoics didn't have the distractions of modern technology, but they understood the importance of not being pulled in multiple directions by external demands. They focused on the essentials, cultivating an inner serenity that comes from knowing what is within their control. Surrendering what is. The power of mindfulness extends to our ethical lives as well. By being mindful of our ethical choices and the reasons behind them, we live more intentionally in alignment with our values. This doesn't guarantee that we'll always make perfect choices, but it enhances our awareness of the decision-making process, helping us stay true to our moral compass. Let's challenge ourselves to practice mindfulness daily. You can start with just a minute or two and gradually increase the duration as you become more comfortable with the practice. As you develop this skill, you'll likely notice a calmer mind, a more open heart, and a deeper connection to the present moment. Lesson 11. Finding freedom in acceptance. One of the most liberating principles in Stoicism is the concept of acceptance, embracing life as it is, rather than as we wish it to be. This doesn't mean resigning ourselves to fate without effort or care. Rather, it's about recognizing the limits of our control and finding peace within those boundaries. The Stoics taught that while we can't control external events, we can control our attitudes toward them. The freedom that comes from acceptance is profound. It involves recognizing that many things, in fact, most things, will be beyond our control, and that's perfectly okay. Acceptance helps us release unnecessary stress and anxiety over outcomes we cannot influence. Consider the weather. We can get frustrated by a stormy day that disrupts our outdoor plans, or we can accept it and adapt our plans accordingly. This shift from frustration to acceptance not only stabilizes our mood, but also opens us to new possibilities. Perhaps that rainy day becomes an opportunity to read a book, watch a favorite movie, or enjoy quality time indoors with loved ones. Acceptance goes deeper than just coping with minor inconveniences. It's essential for navigating life's larger challenges: loss, failure, and change. Embracing these experiences as part of life can significantly reduce our suffering. It doesn't erase the pain or difficulty, but it alters our relationship with these experiences. Instead of getting trapped in thoughts of why me, or it shouldn't be this way, we can say, this is how it is, and I can handle it. This mindset is empowering. It doesn't take away our agency. Instead, it reinforces our ability to persevere. Practicing acceptance often involves a daily, sometimes moment-to-moment, recalibration of our expectations. It requires vigilance in monitoring our thoughts and feelings, catching ourselves when we start to dwell on or resist unchangeable aspects of life. Every time we practice acceptance, we enhance our ability to detach from turmoil and align more closely with our Stoic values. This doesn't mean we stop striving to improve our circumstances. Rather, we do so from a place of serenity and wisdom, clearly understanding what is and isn't up to us. Our efforts become more focused and effective, as we're no longer wasting energy fighting the immovable. Thank you for joining us on this journey of growth and understanding here at Stoic Journal. Don't let your exploration stop here. Check out one of the suggested videos on the screen to continue building your strength and serenity through Stoicism. Your journey is just beginning, and every step you take leads to a more resilient and purposeful you. Thank you for being part of our community. Until next time, keep seeking, keep striving, and keep growing.